Welcome to the Shit Slinky Made Me Watch. I'm your host, KC, here with another shitty review about shitty horror films recommended by that sumbitch Slinky. Here to talk to you about Jack Frost. It was released in 1997, and this one, it starts out with a pretty cool story about Jack Frost. And then we have Jack as a human being transferred to wherever, basically where he's going to be getting executed at. But of course, there was an accident right near some type of genetic research chemicals that end up spraying all over Jack. And to what seems to have killed him, the special effects, they weren't too bad. It was edited pretty smoothly, and the gore was decent. It wasn't, it didn't look too bad for being such a low budget film. But Jack's body, it ends up melting into the snow, and the snow starts like moving around. The effects there were pretty cheesy. The CGI of Jack's blood cells turn into ice. Very, very cheesy looking. But with the budget they had, it's to be expected. Not really going to complain too much about that. It just could have been better with a bigger budget, but what you going to do? But it was pretty nice to see the lovely Shannon Elizabeth in this film. Always really liked her and a lot of the other ones. Like she was in American Pie, Scary Movie. Those ones really enjoyed her. And she's in this one pretty often. Did enjoy seeing her. But a little bit later on in the film, we had an old man that looked like he'd been like froze to death, and he's like in this rocking chair. And the sheriff's there with the deputies, basically just talking about what's going on and how this might have happened. And it seems like the rocking chair is like rocking back and forth the whole time. And I thought it might have been like the wind or something, but it ends up being that the deputy himself was sitting there rocking the chair back and forth. That was pretty funny to see. Oh, damn. I guess it's time for the shit break. Now, if you don't know what the shit break is, this is where we take a quick break in the show to allow you to get your thoughts or comments onto the show. All you have to do is join our Facebook group, Horror After Midnight, and you'll be able to get your thoughts onto the show by commenting on the discussion thread. This week we have Aaron Poe. He says, the opening scene, when it gets turned, always has me laughing. Yes, that was pretty good. I did enjoy that. We had Greg Watson. I just wish that he would look like that on the front cover. He's goofy looking due to the low budget. He's referring to the poster that the main poster. It looks really CGI. It looks absolutely like just terrible. So I will disagree with you there. I think he looked a lot better in the film than he did on the poster. We also have Leslie Thurman. Sadly, Christopher Allport, the actor who played Sam Tiller, died in an avalanche along with two other people. R.I.P. to him. That happened much later, way after the film in 2008. That's all we got this week. Let's get back to the show. Later on, there was a random snowman in the front yard of this kid's house, and the mom suggests giving the snowman a face. Not long after, a kid riding a sled decapitated another kid, and his head went flying across the screen. That was pretty cool. I did enjoy that. Effects and everything looked pretty decent on that. But of course, a little bit later on, there was a pretty stupid kill where Jack Frost, the snowman, he's driving a cop car, and he ends up backing it up onto this cop, killing him. But the kill is not shown on screen. Basically, you see the cop basically like throw his hands up, and that's about it. It would have been better if they actually would have showed the car running over the cop or something like that. Would have been nice. But once again, low budget film. Can't really complain but so much. They can't do but so much with a very low budget. Not really sure what the budget was, but it's obviously low watching this film. A little later on, this guy asks Jack who he is, and he says, well, it ain't fucking Frosty. That was pretty funny. And then also the guy, he starts stabbing Jack with his ice pick. And he asks him what the hell he is, and Jack said the world's most pissed off snow cone. That was pretty funny. But that's not all. Jack shot some freaking ice spikes at this dude. That was pretty cool. He has like special powers. But the second one was a headshot with some pretty decent gore. I did enjoy that. during a bathtub scene with Shannon Elizabeth, of course. Um, it was pretty funny. She's in the water, taking a bath and whatnot, and then all of a sudden the water gets really cold and starts turning into snow. And ends up turning into Jack. And he basically just picks up Shannon and starts like banging her against the wall. And his carrot was floating in the water earlier. It seems like he's having sex with her, but they don't really show that exactly. You just see her getting banged against the wall until she's dead. That was pretty decent. I did enjoy that. A little bit later on, once everyone sees exactly what Jack is, they all used hair dryers as weapons that seemed to kind of like really work. But did they really? Because there is a sequel to this shit. But overall, the acting wasn't too bad. The effects weren't horrible for what it is. The story was ridiculous, of course. A killer snowman, never gonna happen. But of course, it's a horror film. It's not, reality. For what it is, for this one, I have to give it 2 shit stains. Case says, check it out. I'll be back next time to talk to you about Jack Frost Part 2. As always, I'll see you guys next time. Stay classy, folks.